For the longest time, I was pretty close to loving people, and that's one thing I want to change now onwards. And just be more loving towards humanity in general, because in that way, the world appears to be a much beautiful place, the way it was meant to be. That's the way I want to live my life now. If you're watching this video, just think about the person you love the most, and just perhaps if they're nearby, give them a hug, because it means a lot for them and it'll mean a lot to them. And you'll feel great. Why would you feel great? Because we human beings are naturally meant for loving, and it just fuels us up. It just pushes us. It just pumps us up. It just rejuvenates us. So yeah, I get that there'll be a lot of people who don't like you, and I get that you will never get along with certain kinds of people. But irrespective of that, there's nothing wrong with just having a positive feeling of love for them, because they are a product of the circumstances and the way they've been raised. You are too, and the fact that they're not compatible doesn't just mean that you hate them. Hate does not require courage, but love does, and that's what makes love so much more powerful. As far as love is concerned, I believe in the concept of the sun. The way the sun keeps on shining, irrespective of whether the leaves or the trees or the grass thank him, it just does its work. Similarly, I believe that if you're loving, you should do it with a full heart, with an open heart, irrespective of how things have gone in the past, because it requires courage to love, and you have that courage to love. And there's no shame in loving again. Love is all powerful, and I'll always be in support of love. Hate is such a negative emotion. It does not require courage. Loving requires courage, and that's what makes love so powerful. And if we hate people without being understanding of their past, then how can we love? That's just not fair. All these books, all these movies which are prevalent in society are pretty shit. Most of them are misleading and irrelevant. You'll never lose if you love. If you're walking down the street and you see someone, just give them a smile or give them a hug if they consent. Be happy yourself no matter how bad the day is going, because it's all about your mindset. Don't hold back from loving, because loving requires courage. And if you're holding back from loving, I understand that your past experiences tell you to not open up enough or to not give too much of yourself, but it takes courage to be yourself and to give yourself again and be susceptible to getting hurt, but still doing it. That's not foolish of you, and that's what's human of you. And if I could tell the younger version of me, I would tell him to do that more, because that's when you're truly alive. Love is the solution to all, and I feel that we humans should love each other more, be more compassionate, and not just be limited to our knowns in order to love them. If you look at everybody with a perspective of love, then this world will be a much more beautiful place, or else it'll just be dark and gloomy in which you feel that everybody is against you. We human beings are made for love, and sometimes it's difficult to love. And I get it, that it's difficult to love if you've not had a good experience in the past. But the courage, and one thing I'm trying to make sure is that I don't step back from loving people, irrespective of how they perceive me, because it's gotta be the sun. And if there's one thing that you get from this video, is that love a little more. No problem is that big to hate the person. And even if you have to distance yourself from the person, there's no need to hate them. I believe in the power of love. Not the kind of love we associate with romance, but love as a way of existing. We human beings are made for love. That's why hating someone feels so draining and loving someone feels so rejuvenating. By love, I don't mean to overlook shallow promises or bad behavior, but rather recognizing that the person you're meeting is the byproduct of an entirely different life, and giving them a chance to understand them instead of judging them right away. It doesn't mean abandoning your boundaries or tolerating disrespect or keeping everybody in your life. But even then, there's no reason for hatred to follow. Because everybody is carrying something we don't know about. Everybody is trying to make sense of this life. Everybody is fighting battles that rarely ever become visible. And in such moments, a little bit compassion won't hurt anyone. Perhaps if someone shows us some compassion, we like that too. So why don't we be the change? I'm aware of the fact that people come and go in our lives, but I don't want to be the person who regrets not having lived fully because they're not courageous enough to love fully, to love with a full heart. I understand that people will come and go, and it's a natural way of life. But I don't want to be the person who regrets not having lived fully just because he was scared of loving with his entire heart. And although relationships are not meant to last forever, but irrespective of how things turn out, I hope that my love for that person is one thing which never changes.